Alright, I'm lying here in bed and I leave tomorrow back to Canada, and I have a lot of feelings regarding that. I really miss home, I really miss all my friends, I really miss the city life, but on the other hand, I'm having the greatest time of my life here in Tonsai, and this video is going to be just my thoughts about my experiences over this last week in general, where I haven't been posting as many videos because I've just been trying to soak in the whole atmosphere and enjoy myself here. So I don't know what I'm going to say yet, but I'll just probably break it into a few sections and see what happens. Rather than video logging every day, I've been making little notes about things that fascinate me here or make me really happy about living in this place for the last week. So I'm just going to say a bunch of things really quickly that I really like about this place. So in Tonsai, you get really dirty. Sometimes you shower, but you often are just walking around in dirt. The floors are dirt in half of them, and you go to the beach on a daily basis, and sometimes you wash your feet there. But basically, you just spend your days being a pretty dirty person, and your clothes get dirty, and you know that you're going to wash them all sometime, but until then, you just appreciate everything that's going on and not worry about cleanliness. So everywhere I went in Thailand, except here, there were stray dogs on the streets, and before I left, I got a bunch of vaccinations, but I didn't get rabies, and I just said to myself, I'm going to just stay away from animals that could contain rabies, and I did that for the most part. But the thing about Tonsai that's really awesome is that instead of stray dogs, there's stray cats everywhere, and they're kittens, and they're sometimes larger cats. Not many larger cats. They're usually just really small and cute. And you can be walking along the street and be talking to some complete strangers and be having a great time, and then a kitten just interrupts your conversation and everyone just has a moment of, oh, it's so cute, and someone picks it up, and then hopefully you wash your hands before you touch food. In Tonsai, the power only runs between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. So if you're wanting to charge your electronics or something, you can do that, but during the main hours of the day, you can't use any of this stuff. So it means you have to go talk to strangers or just practice skills like slacklining or pole spinning so you can do fire dancey stuff. Or just going to the beach and like spending time there, or working on an instrument, or just like writing music or drawing. I really love that there's no power at certain times during the day, because it means that you have to go out and do things like I used to do when I was a kid before we actually had internet in our house, where I would just call my friend on the phone and say, can you come over and play? But instead here, you just walk down the street and you know everyone here, because the Tonsai is so small and that it's only accessible by boat, that everyone's staying at one of like the 3 places. Aside from the few locals that do live here, Tonsai is basically a place where people from all around the world come in and leave on a daily basis, and every day is a new experience of just seeing who shows up and who you get to talk to and where they're going to be from. And it's just, everyone comes in with such a positive mindset that they're just the best people in the world, and I want to spend all my time around them. The locals that do live here are really, really amazing people. And even on my first day here, I posted this in a different video log, that I was just walking in front of a Viking bar, and they yelled at me just to come in and say hello, basically, even though they couldn't say those words. They just said like, hello, hello, and I took that as an open invitation to go meet some new people. And I'm so happy that I did, because on some of my days off, what am I talking about? On some of my days where I slept in and didn't have plans to meet with other people, I just would go to Viking Bar and just hang out with the guys there, because they're all just a family who are running this bar together, and they sleep around the corner, or like just a turn away from where the bar works. And I felt very invited into the family, that I was able to, one, just go into like their living quarters, and they invited me back there just to feed me or to do anything really. So something that I spent a lot of time doing and enjoying a lot was learning to build relationships with people who you don't share English with as a common language. And I spent a lot of time just hanging out with them, sharing food, or playing a lot of pool and like showing each other music that we like. But we can never talk too deeply about any of this, so we just share this mutual respect for each other, where we can get by with hand signals and just eye contact and just like I don't know, it's difficult to describe, but it's a situation that I've found myself in many times over the last while talking to Ting, is that him and I, he wants me to understand what he's saying, so he says the same word over and over, like ta ta ta, and like pointing to his arm or something, and I can't make any sense of what that really means, so I'm asking. But we both try for like 10 or 15 minutes to figure out what each other's trying to say, and then he just looks into my eyes so sad-faced and just says like, "You don't understand what I mean!" And it just breaks my little heart, because I want to know so badly, and that we both have these shared feelings of intense wishing we had more knowledge or a better way of communicating. But yeah. So tonight I really wanted to get a Thai massage, which I've gotten several times, and they're always amazing because massages are great, and the Thai massage is even better because they twist you into a million different positions and sit up on you and stretch you out using their own bodies as well. It's really cool. But I went for this Thai massage, and it was really late, and most of the massage places, I guess, were closed. But like no buildings have doors here, so like I just walked in, and like there were some lights on, so I was just kind of investigating, and just I saw someone sitting there, and I said, "Thai massage? Like, is it too late?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, come in." And I didn't notice, but like I think their daughter was like just sleeping right in the middle, because that's what you do, you just sleep wherever in the house. And everyone had to get up and like move around, and so that they could make a place for me to get this massage. And I felt so bad that like I interrupted all of this. But on the other hand, once I did it, I couldn't take it back, so I figured that I would just get the massage, because it would be rude to wake them up and then say, "Sorry for waking you up, I don't want the massage." And I guess it's just how work is for them, that since there aren't many people around, they know that they need to cater to the lifestyles of the people who would be giving them business. So if I just happen to be someone who stays up really late and likes a massage late at night, then they're willing to do that. But I did get to see a very interesting way about what it must be like to grow up in a family where you could be asleep and your mom just says, "Hey, get up, like get out of the way, I need to massage this person." And like she couldn't go back to sleep while I was there, so she was just like sitting off in the corner and maybe talking to her mom, because the dad actually gave me the massage. But it was just fascinating for me to observe all of this, even though I'm not proud that I made it happen. I just thought it put me in a very interesting situation to analyze other human life and to compare it to my own life, because I feel like what I'm experiencing here, maybe other people have found earlier than me or at younger years in their life, and maybe there are some people who see this video who haven't had these experiences that I'm having now, and that's fine, because everyone experiences things at whatever times in their lives because of the choices they make. But for me, I just grew up in a very small town where I was very sheltered from the rest of the world, and there's so many things that were going on that I just had no idea about, and I'm still taking this one step at a time, but this was just another step to open my mind up to many things in the world that I thought maybe I knew about, but hadn't nearly experienced enough of. And it just has me craving more and more now that I want to travel, I want to see new places, I want to get interested in other cultures and just see what else exists in this world, aside from the beauty of everything that I still like. Tonight I was just lying down on the beach on my back, listening to the sounds of the waves, looking up at cliffs over top of me, and seeing an entire sky of stars as far as I could see, with like little lights off in the distance from like harbor boats. It was just the most picturesque thing, and the world is just such a beautiful place, and we need to stop and admire it more often than we do. So I figured maybe I'll just tell another story, because stories are interesting, and maybe more interesting than my thoughts sometimes. So there's this guy that I met here named Gary, who is just like a really cool guy. He's a climber from Israel, and I met him when we were deep water soloing on the first day. and we've just been planning different things each day, but our paths always cross, and it's just like a really friendly face to come across. But I've said this before, that I really enjoy people watching, and he's a very interesting person to watch because him and I are similar on so many levels, but then there's a couple little differences. Like when music starts playing on the speakers or something, I immediately start like feeling the rhythm and then like snapping and like maybe making some vocal percussion just because, I don't know, that's what I do. And he loves to dance and loves like salsa, and just as soon as the music starts, his body just moves in a different way, and it's so interesting to see how similar people can react in different ways, just because our brains are fascinating things, and they're really cool to see how it manifests in each person. Anyway, it's time for sleep now. I got a long couple days coming up.